Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Player Sky Batgirl. This is from the Batman Arkham Knight series. Quite cool. Got this from my recent Tatsu hobby haul. And I have a couple more figures to review. You'll see that in the near future. Here we go, here's the box art. Quite nice. I provide the link down below if you're interested of getting one through Tatsu Hobby. Although it's one of those, as many of us following Player Sky, the prices are going up, and I believe this one's around 100, around 120. It's kind of ridiculous since comparing this with the DC variant Batgirl, that is roughly around $60–70. So quite a price difference. Yeah, so I don't think it's in their web store, but you can always inquire about Player Sky through them. There's also another one upcoming, which is Nightwing, which I'm actually looking forward into getting as well. And that might end my pre-order on Player Sky for now. Till there might be one or two that I might like in the future, but yeah, just the pricing just really kills it for me. Anyways, that's it for outside. It's a windowed box. Inside, we see Batgirl. Quite a variety of hands. There seems to be I would be guessing just a grappling gun and a batarang right there. I got some info here onto the bottom. There we go. And that's it. Let's take a look inside. Also, likewise, the inner packaging inside, we have the standard that needs assembly. It's comes standard with all Player Sky. Different hands, which one goes where, and that's basically it for instructions inside. Alright, so we have two of them here for comparison. And again, this is going to be a blind review, meaning I know little or not at all about the character other than it's awesome. Again, I'm a figure collector. I like collecting figures. Not so much for a gamer or really into watching a lot of movies out there. I watch some, but not all. And it's just really hard to delve into all the lore and the backstory and everything like that. But for Batman, I have a kind of like a good idea who they are, and they make awesome figures, and that's why I'm getting them. Alright, so here on the left here we have the DC variant, and on the right here we have the Arkham Knight, which we'll be reviewing today. And just a comparison here, if you were to look at this from a shelf and you gotta pick which one you want to get, I would probably pick the one on the left. It just kind of stands out a little bit more in terms of the armor design and overall, yeah. I just want to say that out of the way. Not to mention the price point. Yep, DC variant is way cheaper than the Arkham Knight. Yeah. And so doing a quick comparison here for the head the sculpt or the face sculpt. For this one, she looks a little bit younger. This one, she's a bit older, and kind of makes you think that should have been a Batwoman. On top of that, the chest size, for some reason, DC variant is the proportions kind of out there. She has large chest, large hips. On this one, the proportion of the body is actually, it kind of evens out for a normal person, which is a bit of a change now for Player Sky. Usually have crazy proportions, which is good in a sense, but you know, obviously having a female figure, you want to have better assets. Yeah. So that's that. Other than that, I find that her neck, it's a bit too big. But yeah, maybe it's just the design. That's one thing I've noticed. Well, compared to this one, her head and her neck, it's small compared to the rest of the body. Yeah, it's not proportional, I guess. But for the forearm here, you got the nice blades here. And for her, you're barely getting anything there. I mean, just a forearm. You still have that kind of like a gauntlet there. Not too bad. The cape wise also, yeah, this is a really kind of thinned down version of it. I guess more streamlined, I would say. And also for the boots here, she's kind of wearing like a platform shoes. I'm not sure of the proper term for it. Getting her to stand, there we go. And for the variant, we have high heels. Yep. And also for the DC variant, you get an alternate cape that you can exchange it with here, which can make it more flared out. So in a sense, I kind of like the DC variant because you're getting quite a bit more compared to what you're getting with the Arkham Knight. But we'll see how it is in terms of, you know, articulation and the gimmicks here and there. Yep. Alright, so here we go. So again, looking at the armor, it's actually quite nice. I like it. I actually didn't have the Arkham Knight Batman since I have quite a bit of other Batmans already. And you get to the point they're kind of similar in some sense. So hence why I kind of skip out on the Arkham Knight Batman. Although I do have the Arkham Knight, the bad guy. Alright, so for the neck, yeah, I find it a little weird, especially when you have it like really pushed back for the chin. Yeah, so I think the best way is you kind of have to move it forward a little bit, kind of have that gap, and I think that kind of works out. Maybe the side profile is a little bit better to have that post right there. Yep, articulation wise, it's fairly good for the neck. You can, quite a bit of post there. The neck here, it's a joint for this one, which actually worked out quite well for this. I do like that. I mean, you kind of have that thing there, but it's barely noticeable, even on the side profile here. So yeah, that's actually great that they did that. Now for the cape, you have this kind of a shoulder on the top, and as always, they're gonna have the cape underneath, and it's gonna be layered. So you have one giant joint there for here, then you get two, which kind of split this up, and it comes off in half, which a lot of people don't like. Me personally, it's not too bad, but it's one of those, it's really hard to make an articulated cape, especially with this material here, and having the cloth, there's a trade-off there. It could it's not too fun of the cloth either. It starts to kind of rip or fray. I think that's a better term for it. So I prefer this one, but it has the ups and downs. Now this one, it's a bit skinny. There's really not much you can do with it. It's kind of a bit hindered, but you have that. I mean, you can have it flared out to the side, but then again, I mean, I guess from this angle here, it's not too bad, but yeah, you have that cap in the middle here. I guess if you add another one there, it's just too much. It's gonna be too heavy for the back support. Yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for the cape. Not too bad. For the shoulder here, you got that joint system there. It's the one that it kind of pivots right there in the angle. You don't have a bicep swivel, only a joint swivel on the shoulder right there. So you have that movement, and you also have the elbow here. There we go. And moving on to the torso here, we have some articulation, although not so much. Well, I guess it's not too bad. I mean, this whole part here all flexible. If you're wondering, yes, you got, well, it's not really squishy boobs, but yeah, you got that soft goods there. Then you have your waist here. This one, it's kind of interesting because this one kind of goes over to the side of the legs here and onto the back side. Now, if we move this forward, you still have that missing gap there, which is a bit unsightly, but since the whole thing is black, you don't really see it as much of a problem. And this moves forward like so to the side here, and you got this flexible material here, which is good. And again, from the back side, it's not too bad. Yeah, so the butt is all together. There's no like extra. And you got your tie swivel here, which is good. I mentioned about there's really not much of a waist swivel there. If you want to have her turn, it's more so on the torso. The knee articulation, you got one joint there. Works out quite well. That's good. Then you have your ankle joint here. The ankle joint, it's a bit exposed, and it's not the same color. It's close to it, but not quite. So it kind of sticks out. But I guess from afar, you won't notice that as much. So that's it for articulation. Overall, it's not too bad, but it's not great either. Alright, so moving on, let's go over the different variety of hands. Alright, so aside from your standard relaxed posed hand right here, let's see, get into stand right there. You have your open hand here. You got some details to it. So you get a pair of that. You also get a pair of closed fist, which is great. Then you have a pair to hold accessories. So for one, you have this to hold the grappling gun, what it looks like. And on the left, you have the one to hold the batarang. Alright, so let's take a look at the weapons. You have a grappling gun here. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. It's molded in one piece and there's no moving parts or detachable. It's just one solid piece right here. So if we're going to put this, we're just going to slide this here, which is fairly easy, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, there's really no other hand to use for here. Yeah. I mean, you could probably support it with this regular hand here, which we'll try now. So we're just going to take this out here. There we go. Put this on. Alright. So, yeah, you can have her support that, but it doesn't feel... Yeah, they could have given us another hand for that, but it's not too bad. There we go. I really wish there's a gimmick to that. I mean, we're not going to be using it, but I haven't seen other players at Sky have that hook that you can replace this with, or something detachable. So it kind of sucks that this one didn't have that. Alright, so that's that. Otherwise, let's take this whole hand out. And maybe swap it with this open hand here. There we go. And let's swap out with the batarang hand. Alright. Actually, I don't think I've showed the batarang yet, but still sick. Excuse me. Alright, so here we go. We got the batarang. It's fairly simple design. Yeah, not much into it. That's it. And this just goes here. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of lackluster, but you know, it is what it is. Because if you compare that with the Disney variant, you got these nice golden ones. I know it's kind of off, but kind of wish they made that batarang a little cooler. Maybe some metallic paint on it, silver maybe, or something. Or have more details on the batarang itself. But yeah, it's kind of plain. But it is what it is. I'll probably use the batarang more so than the grappling gun. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this. Let's see if I can do some certain pose. Right, so this is probably one of the cool poses that I can come up with. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be building the base. I'm just too lazy, but yeah, I could There's a lot of cool poses you can do with this one, and you could probably try to have a sexy pose, but here's one of them. Or do something like a cross-legged one. Here we go. Yeah. It's just really nice. And actually, now come to think of it, her proportion works out quite well for a person, more so than the DC variant. So if you know that makes sense, I think this is a better figure. But obviously, for the price, it's a ridiculous. But anyways, if you're curious how this figure is, here we go. I would say it's a good figure. I think the only thing that kind of hinders people from getting is the price. Yep. But anyways, that's about it for this review. Hope you guys like it. If you got questions, let me know. Again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below if you're interested. And that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.